Welcome back to another episode of Jibber Jab Reviews. In this episode, I review the Sodastream Power Home Sparkling Water Kit. I'll show you what's included in the kit, how to set it up, and I'm going to provide a demonstration using the various compressed gas levels. Yes, that's right, I said compressed gas. Are you nervous yet? You should be. So why not stick around and find out if I lost an eye, coming right up. Alrighty, let's begin with a quick visual overview of the unit. As you can see, it comes in a lovely gloss black plastic sheen, and it's accented with some stainless steel along the sides, which is quite lovely as we come around here, as well as on the bottom and the bottle cradle arm there at the back. Another nice detail is the inner wall there behind where the bottle sits. It's also textured, very similar to what you might find on a golf ball. Just a quick note that this is a premium Sodastream product, so that's why you're going to see a little bit better quality materials than you would, for example, on the base model that they offer. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to install the gas tank. The installation is quite easy, actually, even for someone as clumsy as myself. The back panel snaps off right there to reveal the inner guts, which is where you screw in the gas canister. Some care should be taken here, of course, as you're inserting the canister in. It should be tight, but don't force it, as the threading is actually plastic and you could damage it if too much force is used. Luckily, our dashing model has the strength of an underweight spider monkey, so damaging the unit really never was an issue. Okay, once the canister is firmly in place, as you see here, the next thing is to thread the power cable through the opening and attach it to what I'm calling the cable hooky thing at the bottom there, so it doesn't flop around, become loose. And then once that is done, the back cover is snapped back on as such, and then we can plug it in. Okay, included in the kit is a rather fancy water bottle that they give you to get you started. I like how they also have the bottle matching the unit, so it's got the stainless steel accents there on the bottom and the top. It's a nice touch. There's also some safety instructions on the back of the bottle. I think they caution you against overfilling it as it may injure yourself. Or the unit, or yada yada yada, something like that. You should probably read it. I didn't, but I'm a risk taker and I'm also slightly ignorant. Okay, so there's a fill line in the bottle there, and I just filled it up with simple cold tap water, which is fine. The water line identifies exactly how much water you should put in. As I mentioned before, something about overfilling it could cause injury to yourself or damage the unit, blah blah blah, you know, all that stuff. Anyways, I think I got it pretty close. We'll find out if it was close enough though. And here we install the bottle in. It's pretty simple. Just push the bottle up into the hole and push it against the cradle there, I guess is what I'm calling it, at the back, and it will snap into place. Alright, please note that the hocus pocus fingers or abracadabra ritual here is not really required at this point. It was just added more for dramatic effect. Now along the top of the unit you have 3 gas options labeled from 1 to 3, 1 being the lowest amount of gas and 3 being the highest. You can adjust the gas levels based on your personal taste. I usually stick to level 2 as I find that releases just the right amount of bubbles. Alright, we are finished with level 1. As you can see, you get about 1 shot of gas out of that. We'll try level 2 now. You're getting slightly higher concentration, which is why you can see our model is slightly more nervous. Now level 3 is the maximum gas setting and makes super bubbly stuff and really should only be used by professionals. As I recall, the last time I had this much gas was back in 2006 on a trip to Cancun while enjoying all-you-can-eat burrito bar. Moral of the story is, what may seem like a good idea at the time may have serious consequences later. Anyways, I digress. Back to the Sodastream. Whoa. Okay, we just finished level 3 and our dashing model has survived. Luckily there were no issues or injuries on using the maximum setting. Now I also want to show you how easy it is to make your own flavored bubbly. Sodastream actually has an impressive line of different flavors you can purchase. In this example I'm just using some ginger ale, which is one of my faves. On the cap actually there's a helpful fill line to show you how much you should add. I always put in about half of what it recommends though. You know, basically because I find that using the suggested amount turns out, you know, that it tastes too sweet. That and also I am incredibly cheap. Now once the sweet ginger elixir has been added, I usually give the bottle a couple of gentle turns just to ensure that the contents are mixed properly. And this is also where the model's feminine-like hands greatly helps in this process. Okay, now it's time to taste the bubbly results. And that's probably not quite the reaction you expected. Well, it appears we added a bit too much gas for this demonstration. As I mentioned before, you should probably stick to around level 2, as that tends to be a more comfortable, bubbly drinking level. Okay, one nice feature I wanted to mention, last one, and that's an improvement over the older Sodastream models as well, and probably even over the current base model, is what I'm calling the stainless steel nipple. Yes, it is surprisingly useful. Perhaps I should explain. On the older model I found that sometimes ice would accumulate around the opening when you had the bottle engaged. However, by adding this little steel nipple, I found that the issue has been resolved. So basically, the nipple prevents ice buildup. This is the point in the video where I pause and you make jokes on your own. And finally, I wanted to quickly show you the instruction manual. Usually I don't touch these things because I'm a man, but this is one I rather liked because not only did it have pictures, but it had color photos. It's pretty much as close to a pop-up book as you're going to get, which is why I really liked it, and there's probably some useful text in there that you should read as well. Okay guys, let's get to my top pros and cons for the unit. For pros, I really like the styling. The glossy black exterior matched with the stainless steel accents really make it a nice looking unit to have on your kitchen counter. I really like that I can control how much gas that I put into the water simply by pressing one of the buttons labeled 1 to 3. I wish I could have the same amount of control on the gas I expel, but unfortunately that isn't quite as easy. Finally, the stainless steel nipple is definitely an improvement over the previous model that I had, and it does eliminate the chance for ice to build up around it. In this case, a cold nipple really is not a good thing. Alrighty, now for the cons. Well, first of all, the unit isn't cheap. As I said, this is the top model that Sodastream offers, so you should expect to pay a premium. This one retails, I think, for about $180 through Amazon, and I'll put the link in the description. The other con is that there is no gauge to tell you exactly how much gas is remaining. In the previous model that I had, there was an indicator to show you how much was left. Now, the indicator, of course, wasn't perfect. It was more of an estimate, but it did come pretty close. So it would have been nice to have that included in this model as well. But anyways, overall though, I would say that I'm really pleased with the unit so far, and definitely the improvements that they've made over the previous models. Well, that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can see and hear more of our upcoming product reviews. Until then, take care.